Welcome to Amorfa in Conwy, in lovely North Wales.
Yes, it's a beautiful place. It's a walled town built in the 16th century. We've been coming to Conwy many years before we came to live here, and we couldn't be on holiday without going to Conwy, and I think everybody would find out the same, because it's such a lovely place,
isn't it? Beautiful. Yes. And Conwy Borough is looking better than ever. It's had a complete refurb, painting, new clubhouse. And I believe that the team have also had a makeover. They've got a brand new kit.
Yes, we'll be unveiling that later in the show, and I've been told that Carol is going to be trying on the first pair of shorts.
Well, you never know.
Which is a dream come true, Carol.
Well, you never know.
Right, well, more on that later. Now we're over to Joe, who is in the new clubhouse, waiting to show us all around.
So first of all, I'm in the most interesting part of the new clubhouse, the bar. And here's Tony, the general manager, to tell us a bit about what's available.
Yep, this is our new bar. Just finished this last couple of weeks. It'll actually seat 120 people. It's available for hire for weddings, parties, whatever. We're looking forward to this becoming a really part of the community within the Morva area.
On the bar, we have the pride of the club, the North Wales Coast FA Cup Winners' Cup. And we're hoping that this will be won many times in the future.
Conwy United was formed in 1977, an amalgamation of two clubs in the Conwy area, one of them being Borough United, a quite famous club. We are hoping this season to achieve the Welsh Premier licence, which, should we finish top of the league, will allow us to go and play in the Welsh Premier. Now that does need a lot of work doing on the ground, so in the next few months a lot of work will be done. Floodlights will be upgraded, seats will be replaced, and there's work to done to tidy up the ground.
With the comfy leather seating and the wide variety of drinks, I can't wait to pop back here in the season for a drink or two.
Thanks, Joe. The clubhouse looks great.
Yeah, it does. It looks really fantastic, doesn't it? Fantastic makeover. We're here today for a friendly against Chester, and I'd like to introduce you to Ross Kelsall. Hiya, Ross. Okay. It's a very interesting name.
Yeah, apparently it's an area in Cheshire, so we've got links to our opponents today, Chester.
It's going to be a good game today, we hope. What do you think the chances are?
It's always a difficult one pre-season. Both teams are obviously trying to work on fitness, and the players haven't played with each other for quite a while. It's a quite young Chester side here today, but there'll still be some good footballers in there, and they'll have plenty of legs. So it's important that Conwy have tried to match that up as well, and they brought through some of the under-19s who impressed last season. Some of the local lads are doing really well, and they deserve the chance. So I know Darren Moss has been keen on that since he's come in charge, try and bring through some of the younger players, and that's definitely an aim for this season. Going on from finishing second last year, the aim's obviously to come first, and the new management are keen on getting that balance.
Yeah, it's going to be good, I think. Thanks, it's been great. We're now going over to Joe, who's in the team changing rooms.
I'm here on the Saturday of the match versus Chester in the home changing rooms with the team manager, Darren Moss. A couple of hours before kick-off. Just wondering what sparked your interest in football?
I mean, since I've been a kid, I've been playing football all my career, so now I've gone into management. It's the next chapter for me, and Conwy give me that opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to it.
So when did you first start playing in a team?
When I was 16, and it was Chester that I started at as a YTS and a first year pro, so it's ironic that we're playing them today, so it's exciting times, yeah.
That's not going to stop you being as you need to be on the field, though, I hope.
No, I mean, it's all about results, isn't it, at the end of the day? In pre-season, it's our first game, and it's about getting the lads' fitness levels up, and you know, really looking forward to it. And you know, Chester's a great game for them coming up the road, and really can't wait for the game now.
So now I'm speaking to Gareth Sudlow, who's one of the players. The new clubhouse and the developments improving morale in the team?
Yeah, the boys are loving it. Yeah, it's really took the club onto the next level. So hopefully we can do it on the pitch now and take us up into the Welsh Premier.
So that's your hope for next year, maybe the season after this one starting.
Yeah, get the job done on the pitch, win the league, then hopefully, like I said, we go on to the next league.
Thanks a lot, Gareth. And back to you in the studio.
The game is about to get underway, Joyce.
Right, let's get to the action, lads. Well, it's half time now, score is still 0-0.
Yeah, it is. It's been a bit like that, hasn't it? There's been a few chances though, hasn't there, Ross?
No, definitely. I know Darren Moss will be pleased with Conway's goalkeeper, Louis Mackin. He was player of the season here at Amorva last year, so he's obviously continued that form and he's made some really good saves. But equally, Conway have had some chances themselves. The new signing we discussed before kick-off, Ian Craney, he had an early chance. So that's good to see. He's obviously come in, he's bedding well with the lads. And then, you know, Jack Roberts, one of the under-19s we discussed, he got a start. So I've been impressed with his performance as well.
So is he one of the younger players?
He is, yeah. He's a local lad from the local community.
Conwy Borough gets quite involved, doesn't it, with the local community?
Definitely, yeah, that's really important. And our community partners' viability are a really key aspect of the club here.
We've actually got the founder of Viability, we've got Kelly, and she's actually on satellite, so let's go over to her now. Welcome, Kelly.
Absolutely delighted to be here today.
How did you come up with the idea of Viability?
Yeah, I used to be a former Arsenal and Liverpool ladies and Welsh international footballer, and I came up with the idea for Viability when I was studying for an MBA in football industries. And while I was studying for that, I sort of identified that there was two problems that existed, and one was there was a large number of football clubs going into administration and not being run properly, so there was a need for a more professional approach to the club, and it needed to be more engaged with the local community. And then on the other side, there was a huge amount of young people that weren't in employment or education and training, and they wanted an environment which offered more support, was more motivational. So I turned this into a programme and form Viability that would basically help football clubs become more financially stable and be more at the heart of the local community, and providing opportunities for people to develop skills, be it life skills or employability skills, and broaden their horizons.
How did you become involved with Conwy Borough?
We got involved to help the club look at everything they did. So we looked at the business side of it and how they could become more financially stable. And then on the other side of that, we looked at what involvement they had in the local community and how they could address a number of issues. So young people getting involved, and preventing anti-social behaviour, or making the community safer, maybe helping people into jobs. So having this whole sort of raft of things that a football club could play, a role they could play in the local communities.
And Kelly, the club now these days seems to be becoming a lot more than just a football club.
People just see sport for participation, whereas actually sport can be a really good tool to hook young people in, or anybody of any age, and then be able to basically address other issues. So maybe it's poor health, or maybe it's getting into employment, maybe it's actually having a safer community where, you know, people are more respectful of each other, or even having a cleaner environment. That sport can be used to tackle all of those things, and I think that's sort of from a personal point of view, that's sort of the message that we need to try and get across over the next few years.
Thanks, Kelly, that was brilliant. Right, Joyce, I hear you've been having fun this week with the kids from Viability.
Oh, I did. I had a wonderful time. They were great. I loved every minute of it. It was a treat.
Sounds
a real treat.
fantastic. Shall we go over and take a peek?
Yes, they were lovely.
See what they're like.
Hi kids. Hi. What does it mean to be able to come to a club like this and enjoy this?
A lot.
A lot? It's good. Good for your football career? Yeah. Who wants a football career?
Me.
Wow.
So what's happening here today, Scott?
Basically, we're running a soccer camp here today. So we've got kids from around the area, we've got kids from the local area, from like Landinno Junction, from Conwy. We've got children within the local team here, within Conwy Junior section. And they're all just taking part in a bit of fun football, having a bit of fun, just having a bit of shooting, dribbling, you know, anything that'll keep them entertained for a bit.
What's the emphasis of soccer camp?
The emphasis is just to get kids involved of any ability and just let them have a bit of fun, get them on the football and hopefully attract them maybe to join a team.
What would you like to be when you grow up?
A footballer.
How many footballers? Oh, you've got a
Anything.
So would you like to be Conwy Football Club?
No.
You want to go higher?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
A project we recently ran in partnership with the football club was a project called Winning Mentality, which was all about encouraging healthy well-being within children. And we actually delivered it in 30 different primary schools in the local area and interacted with 1,600 children. So hopefully it's made a massive impact on them, and it's also, again, good for the community and good for the club.
The kids are great. They say just what they mean. When I asked them if they wanted to play for Conwy Football Club, they all said, no, Manchester United.
Kids, eh?
Kids
What can
are
you do?
kids. That they're worth encouraging.
Yeah, that's true. You never know, we'll have a few stars of the future there. And as we promised, Joyce, let's take a look at the new kit. Well, the second half is about to start, Joyce, but I have to say those kits are fabulous, aren't they? I really enjoyed myself in those changing rooms.
I bet you did. But anyway, the second half's about to start, so let's go over to Joe in the stands.
I'm here with a Chester supporter. How do you think the game's gone for your team?
It's gone very well, I thought. I think it's going to be a good second half. Obviously, Conwy got a big squad coming into the second half, so they're going to make a few changes. But I think it's going to be a good game, good test for the lads.
And how do you think, there haven't been any goals yet, but have you got any thoughts on who might be edging ahead at the moment?
But it should be Conwy. The only one that seems to be quite impressive at the minute is number 9, seems to have the ball more than anyone else. My prediction is Conwy to score in the second half.
I've been involved with the club for about 12 years now, running the junior sides. I started when they were 6-year-olds and I've taken them all the way through to 16, 17 now. It's been a great experience, great set of lads. We've had some memorable times, and I generally help out with trying to bring youngsters through to progress them for the 19s or the senior side.
So I understand you're a volunteer at the club.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you a question about how important volunteers and volunteering is to the club.
Absolutely vital to any football club at this league. Without volunteers we couldn't operate the club. We are a semi-professional club, but in that respect it's only the players that get paid. Everybody else involved in the club is purely voluntary. Down to the gateman, the stewards and the tea lady, everybody's a volunteer at the club.
So are you supporting Conwy?
Yeah, I am supporting Conwy today. I only live over there, so I've supported them for all my life, really.
And how do you think we're doing against this Chester under-18 side?
I think they're doing all right so far, but Chester brought a young side down and playing good football and that. I think Conwy need to step up a bit, seeing as they're older, aren't they, and more experienced than Chester, but I'm sure they will.
You'll of course have noticed the recent redevelopments to the club.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the clubhouse. It's a modern, big, spacious compared to the other one. It's about the same size, like, but it was not like it's getting old and tatty, the other one, so it even looks better with the ground, makes the ground look a lot better and everything.
Well, I was in there last night. We had our presentation. What a wonderful job they've done on the place in the space of a short time. I'm highly delighted with the progress that the club's taking a step forward.
So, a final question for you, Tony. What are your hopes for the club's future?
I promised our chairman 2 years ago that we will have a journey into Europe and we will share a pint in some far-flung European country. That holds today as it did then, and that's where we're going. This club is destined for Europe.
So, repeating your successes in 1963, hopefully.
Exactly.
Thank you very much. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Joe, who's been up in the stands talking to people, and now it's time for the second half.
It's still a draw, but like the club itself have everything to play for the future, and the club is looking rosy.